Hello and welcome to another Goliath guitar tutorial. My name is Gareth Evans. Today we are learning the song Flashlight by Jessie J. This is a fingerstyle percussive solo arrangement of the song. So let's get started with this lesson then. You will need a capo on the 3rd fret of your guitar. So capo in the 3rd position. And you will need to down tune your 6th string to what would be a D note if the strings are open. So the tuning on the guitar without capo is D, A, D, G, B, E. That should be written at the top of the tabs. So the only string that's changed from regular tuning is the 6th string. Okay? So when it's in the capoed 3rd position, it should sound like this. Okay? Now that's out of the way. We can get started. So the intro goes like this. And this is a technique called artificial harmonics or pinch harmonics, however you want to name it. But I'll explain to you in detail, or relative detail, how to play this sequence in the whole technique basically. You're going to start off in this position here, 3rd fret on the 2nd string with the middle finger, 2nd fret on the 3rd string with the index finger, and the 5th fret on the 4th string with the little finger over here. Okay, so we've got that thing, them positions there. So now, what we're doing, if you look on the tabs, you've got a 5 and a 3, which means, it's the 2nd and 4th strings that you're playing in the 3rd and 5th position, which makes sense like that. But after the 2nd string, or the 3, you'll see in kind of inside arrows, you've got 15. Now that means an artificial harmonic, and what you do, the harmonic's played in the 15th fret position. That's what that means. So that's what that means. So you're playing the 4th string regular with your thumb, and then you're playing the artificial harmonic on the 2nd string. Fretted in the 3rd position, harmonic on the 15th position. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, how do you do these artificial harmonics? Not easy if you're a beginner, but what you do in the 15th position, as indicated in the tabs, you touch your finger lightly on top of the string or onto the string directly in line with the fret. And once you do that, so use your index finger for that. What you do next is you use another finger. In this case, I'm using my ring finger, if you can see that. Or you could use your little finger if you wanted. But I tend to use my ring finger for this. And you pluck the string as you're touching it. After you touch it, or after you pluck it, you immediately withdraw your finger from the string, take your finger off, let the string chime out. Okay, so the 15th fret in my case is just one above this dot here, so that's where I'm touching it, plucking it, and then pull my finger away straight away. This will take a lot of practice. If you're not managing to make that chimey sound, you might be pushing your string too hard or touching it too hard, pushing it in too hard. You might not be touching it long enough. You might be getting that note. In that case, you need to add your finger, or leave your finger in place a little while longer. You might not be directly above the fret. You might be out of position over here. Or your strings might be old. Old strings don't tend to chime out as long, so maybe, if you've got rusty strings that you won't get a good sound, change your strings. Also, another thing that helps is that I use fingernails to play. I always have done. And that gives it an extra kind of volume to the string. If you are using the fleshy part of your fingers, it's more difficult, but it's not impossible. Just keep trying. If you've built calluses up from playing, you should be okay. But those are my top tips for artificial harmonics. Anyway, so back to the description of what we do or what we play. So we play these two notes together. The open 4th string on its own and the harmonic on the 15th. of the second string, like that. Okay, following that we've got a sequence. Sorry. That sequence there, which completes bar 1. It looks more difficult than it actually is, but what we do, play the artificial harmonic on the 14th fret of the 3rd string, okay, which should be fretted on the 3rd string should be fretted on the 2nd fret. So the artificial harmonic comes on the 14th fret up here. There, okay, so it's the first instance. Okay, that's the first 2 notes or positions. Next, what we do is we flatten out our index finger to bar the 2nd string on the 2nd fret and lift off our middle finger. So we've got 2nd fret on both the 2nd and 3rd strings now. And next we play artificial harmonic on the 14th of the 2nd and then 3rd. Like that. Okay, so all in all, from the start. Okay. Next, add our finger back on and play the 15th fret harmonic on the 2nd string and then the 14th again on the 3rd, like this. So all in all, so far, next, you play the open string on the 12th fret harmonic here on the 1st string, and then back to the 14th fret on the 3rd string. Sorry, I'm getting confused with all these strings. Okay, so we've got okay, that's bar 1. I know it took a lot of describing, but hopefully you picked it up. If you are having trouble with these artificial harmonics, what I would suggest is that you play like this. Okay, which in essence, you just ignore all the notes that are in square brackets on the tabs, just kind of cross them out for now, and just play them as individual plucks on strings. Okay, that's what I would suggest in order for you to learn the song, and then once you're more comfortable with the song itself and the sequence of notes, you can then work on your artificial harmonic technique, which can come later after learning the song, okay? That's my advice. So, what we've got, that's bar 1. Bar 2 now comes like this. Okay, it's exactly the same, other than the first note, or the first pinch, as it were, comes with the open 5th string, okay, which is here with the thumb. So you're not playing the 4th string now, you're playing the open 5th string with the harmonic on the 15th fret of the 2nd. Okay, and the rest of the sequence is identical. So the first 2 bars are almost identical, other than the first pinch. Okay, so bars 1 and 2 together should play like this. Okay, if we move on now to bars 3 and 4, what's played next is okay, so to start bar 3 in a regular D position with your left hand, 2nd fret on the 1st string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string. Okay, and the sequence here is pinch with the open 4 and the 14th fret harmonic on the 1st string, okay, followed by the 3rd string, 2nd string, 3rd string on the 14th, 15th, 14th, okay? like that. So it's all together. Okay, so that's the first kind of half of the bar. Next, what we do, we add our little finger to the 3rd fret on the 1st string. So you're all in this position now. And that's the sequence here. You play the, what is the 15th fret harmonic on the 1st string. Back to this is the kind of note that you're bouncing off the whole time. It's the 14th fret harmonic on the 3rd string. So you go to 15th on the 1st, back to the 14th on the 3rd, and then down, lift your finger off the 3rd fret on the 1st string, back to the 2nd fret on the 1st string, play the 14th fret harmonic again, and then back again afterwards to the 14th fret harmonic on the 3rd string. So the second half of bar 3 plays, okay? And all in all, bar 3 should be played like this. Okay, and if you're not using harmonics, it should go like this. Okay, so on to bar number 4. The last bar of the intro goes like this. Okay. Same principle again to be throughout the whole of this bar. There's always a pinch at the start of the bar, and then there's single notes which are alternating from the 2nd fret position or 14th fret harmonic on the 3rd string. Okay, so to start off here, the pinch happens with the 5th fret on the 4th string over here, and the open 1st string. Okay, so this is the 12th fret here harmonic from 12th fret from the capo, obviously, with the stars. So that's played with the pinch. Okay, and then back to this 14th fret on the 3rd string. And then what you do, you flatten out your index finger, comes to the 14th fret on the 1st string. Obviously you've fretted the 1st string on the 2nd fret there with this index finger. So it's back to that 3rd string on the 14th fret as usual. Okay, that's the end of it now. It's just 12th fret on the 1st string, back to the 14th on the 3rd, and now it's the 15th fret here on the 3rd string to finish off. Okay, just that single note to finish off. You don't go back to the 3rd fret, the 2nd fret, so the 14th fret harmonic on the 3rd string. So the whole of bar 4, if you're still with me, goes like this. Okay, and if you're not doing harmonics, okay, so bars 3 and 4 together should play like this, if I can get it. If you're not using harmonics, okay, and all in all, the intro from the beginning to the end, bars 1 through 4, should play like this. Okay, I'll do that one more time without the harmonics if you're doing it that way. I think a lot of you might be doing it this way, so that's why I'm doing this, okay? Okay, hopefully we got through that together. Like I said, learn the notes and then learn how to do artificial harmonics if you're not familiar with it, and you should get it. In bars 5 through 12 probably, the first verse section of the song goes about like this. If I can play it. Okay, that's the first 4 bars we're looking at today, 5 through 8. So I'm just going to get straight into it. Bar from number 5. Okay. Sequence of tap in with the left hand and harmonics with the right hand. Again, it's pinch harmonics. So hopefully we've got that technique from the first lesson down. What we do first, index finger, tap it into the 5th fret of the 6th string here. Just bring it in, hard as you can, fast as you can, give you that note. Next, you make a harmonic on the 12th fret of the 2nd string, so it's open, there's no fretted positions. You just make that harmonic there. So it's next. You tap into the 7th fret on the 4th string, sorry. So it's 5th fret of the 6th, harmonic on the open 5th, and then tap into the 7th fret on the 4th string. After that, we lift off the 4th string and play the 12th fret harmonic on that string. Okay. That's what's next. Tap into the 7th fret of the 3rd string, slide it down to 6. Like that. Okay. If I can get it right. So that is the first and the second half of bar number 5. So it's repeated, which is good. So we just play this in total. Okay, so that's the whole of bar 5. Next, bar 6. Almost the same. The first note here, 7th fret on that 6th string, and then follow the sequence as we did in the first bar, which is harmonic on the 5th, tap into the 4th. Sorry, getting this wrong. Tap into the 4th string on that 7th fret, followed by the open 4th string 12th fret harmonic. And again, 7 to 6 tapped in with the 3rd string. You can slide or you can pull off. I prefer the pull off. Okay? Either way, you need to finish on that index finger on that 6th fret position. So you've got enough, you've got the middle finger ready to come back in and tap into that 6th string again on the 7th fret position. So, okay, the second time, this time, instead of repeating 2 exact repeats, you play tap into the 6th and slide up to the 7th now, which finishes off bar number 6. Okay, so it's kind of reversed. The first instance is 7 down to 6, and the second instance it's 6 up to 7. Okay, so all in all, bar 6 should play. Like that, okay? If I can get it right. Okay, so that's bars 5 and 6, and all together should play like this. If you're having trouble getting these notes, you do need to learn to practice the technique of left-hand tapping. Basically, it's all down to how fast your finger comes into the string. So you need to be fast and you need to be accurate, and that's how you get these notes. Okay, so if you're not getting enough sound, you just need to tap your finger faster, or accelerate your finger into the fretboard faster. Again, it could be your strings that aren't sustaining enough or aren't strong enough to hold the notes because they're old. So try changing the strings again. It'll help you with the harmonics and this tapping. So that's the first 4 bars, like I've just explained. Now, bars 7 and 8 are the easiest yet, so it's good news for you guys who are struggling. You come to this position here, 7th fret on the 2nd and 3rd string, okay, and everything else is open for now, so you play that sequence there. The reason I'm bringing my little finger and ring finger to these 2 strings here on the 7th fret is that I've got my index fingers free ready for the next tapping position in just a second, and beginning of bar 8, so keep that in mind. I like to use these fingers for this position here. So the sequence, it is pretty simple: 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then finish with a 3. So it's 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3. Okay, that's the first half of bar 7. Next, kind of the same, a little bit different. You start with 6 and then you do a finger roll or an arpeggio on the 4th, 3rd and 2nd string. You just play the same notes again, but quicker. That like a triplet comes really quick. And then finish off with 1 and then 3 again to finish. Okay, so that finishes, completes bar 7. And all in all, bar 7 should be. Okay, I'll play that again. Okay, that's bar 7. Bar 8 now begins with a left-handed tap of the index finger into the 5th fret of the 6th string, and continued with basically what we played at the start of bar 7, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3. Okay? Okay, and to finish off bar 8, you play the 6th string with your thumb, you play the 3rd string, which is on the 7th, back down to the 6th fret, and slide it up to 7th. So all in all, like that, and bar 8 in total. And that's how that goes. So bar 7 and 8 together play like this. Sorry. And from the beginning, so far bars 5 through 8 the verse plays like this. Okay, now on to bars 9 and 10. They are an exact replica. But exact replica of bars 5 and 6. Okay, so we won't stay on bars 9 and 10 for too long. Bar 11 and 12 go like this. So bar 11 is an exact replica where you play. Now bar 12 is a little bit different because it leads into the chorus. It goes. Okay. So it's tap into the 6th string on the 5th fret as we did before, and then so it's 6 and then 4, 3, 2, and then what you do is with the index finger on the left hand here, you flatten it out to fret the 5th fret here on the 1st string. So it's okay. So that index finger is flattened out now and it's barred, followed by the 2nd string. Next, to finish off, open 1st, 3rd fret on the 2nd, and then into the chorus. And on, okay? So bars we're on 11 through 12 and play like this. Okay, and I guess that is it. The whole of the verse. I'll just recap the whole of the verse so far. We're into bar 13 now, the chorus, or the first chorus. We play this. Okay, that's the first 4 bars of this chorus. You'll notice there's thumping in this now, and if I just so this chorus brings in a lot more of the percussion. Actually, we haven't done any percussion yet. So this is like the big, it's all been a build up to this point so far. So, okay, that's bar 1. And you notice I've got this action in here. This is the wrist thump, indicated in the tabs by a 0 above the notation. Every time you see a 0, that's where you thump into the strings. Sometimes, a lot of the times, it's with plucks as well. Okay, and the other one is the slapping, which is the 2 X's, or an X on the tabs usually in the string position. That's just a thumb slap, giving you like the other percussive sound, which is the snare drum. So you've got a bass drum and a snare drum. Okay, and that's how it goes. That's the rhythmic element behind what I'm playing with the strings, the notes that I'm plucking. Okay, so let's look in more detail at 13 and bar 13 and the sequence. Okay. So we start off here, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string. It's like a D position. We're playing strings 6, 4, 3 and 2 together. Okay? With that, we bring in the wrist thump in. Okay? That's the first thing in bar 13, sorry. Next, a thump again on its own. Okay? Followed by the thumb slap, and at the same time what you do, you extend an index finger and like strum down the bottom 3 strings, 3, 2 and 1. You initially start off with the open 1st string, but hammer that on quickly to the 2nd fret on that 1st, okay? So that's one movement. And practice that if you're not used to this thumb slapping and strumming at the same time. I have got tutorial videos available at this website for the thumping and the slapping. It'll give you some kind of exercises to do. I think there's a 5-part series that I've done in techniques. If you can look on that side of your screen, if you're not familiar with these, check them out. Either now, later date, whatever. Back to this lesson. This is what we've got so far. Okay, you follow that up with 3 single notes or plucks on the 1st string. The 1st string is now fretted on the 2nd fret, obviously, because we hammered onto that. Okay, next, that's what we do. Okay, so what it is a pull off from that 2nd fret to the open 1st string. As we hit the pull off, we thump with our right hand into the body, and next we tap with our left hand into the 7th fret into the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Sorry, I just made a mistake in the tabs. I'm gonna have to correct that. But okay, 7th fret of the 3rd string there. Okay, so the notes that you're hearing are coming from the left hand on their own, and the percussion's coming from the right hand on its own. Okay, they're acting independently now. Okay, so all together. Okay, so that's the sequence so far. Next, open 1st. Open 1st followed by this sequence, which is 2nd fret on the 1st string with a slap, and you flick the 1st string on its own and pull off to open 1st. So the thumb comes in, and the finger extends, the index finger extends and just flicks the 1st string. Okay, there's a kind of trick to this. With the finger that pulls off here, you need to try and muffle the 2nd string. Okay, so you can hit the 2nd string with the flick of your finger, but it won't make a note, it'll just like add to the percussion of it. Because if you're muting that string, you've got more room for error of movement with your right hand. Okay? It does take a lot of practice to be that precise with the fretting hand, but it does make it a little easier. So, open 1st, down and slap the 2nd fret and pull off to open, and then 3rd fret, plucked and then slid up to 5th. Like that. So that's the whole of the sequence in bar number 1 of the chorus, which is bar 13, okay? Sorry. So, okay, keep getting this wrong because I've messed the tabs up, that's what it is. Try and play it slowly for you. That's the difficult part. We're doing that tapping. Okay, hopefully you got that anyway. After that slide up here, it's good to use your ring finger for that because the next bar you need to kind of fret the next finger across the 2nd fret over here. So if you've slid up with your ring finger here, if you slid up from 3 to 5 with the ring finger, the end of bar 13, you've got your index finger ready here to come into position. So bar 14, okay? It is pretty tricky again, but you start off with the open 5th string on its own and a thump, so just the 5th string with your thumb and a thump, followed by a thump on its own, just like earlier. Now, slap and strum down. You slap and strum down the 3rd, 2nd and 1st string, and this with the left hand you need to have fretted the 3rd and 2nd string on the 2nd fret. What I like to do, I do it with my index finger flat like this, simply because I can leave the 1st string open because I arch my hand like this. So I'm only fretting the 2nd fret on the 3rd and 2nd string, and the 1st string isn't getting touched by this finger. If you want to do it like this, it's probably easier for you if you can't do what I've just shown you. Okay? We can just play a regular A, just in case you hit that 4th string by accident when you're slapping and strumming down. Okay? So after the slap and strum down, you play 2 strokes on the open 1st, pause a bit and then play 1 more, so a total of 3 single strikes on the open 1st string. Okay. This is where it gets difficult again. 2 taps, 2 taps and 2 thumps. It's the 2nd fret on the 3rd string here with the index finger, and the 7th fret on the 4th string here with what I like to use the little finger. Okay, both with thumbs. Okay, you could do it both in the same position because these notes are exactly the same. The reason I do it on different strings is because I find this a little harder to go. Or that plus the fact that it looks better when you're like stretching your fingers like this across the fretboard. I'm not all about how good it looks, but sometimes when you've got the opportunity to make it look better for a video on YouTube, that's the decision that I make. But your option is to double tap the same fret, which would be the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. Or if you want to look a little bit better, can learn to do that, okay? So all in all, so far, fret bar 14 we've got. It is hard to get these notes to sound out above the thumping, so maybe not thump so hard. So after that, now we've got that sequence there. which is the end of bar 14. You thumb into the strings to slap. So you slap and flick down the second fret on the first string, sliding it up to the third, and then back down to the second for a regular pluck to finish. Okay, so bar 14 in total plays like this. Can play it right. Okay, I think it's important to finish on that middle finger on the second fret of the first string right at the very end, because the next shape requires this position basically, so you need the middle finger to be finished. So whether you slap and slide up with the middle finger to begin with, and just bring it down and pluck it, so you've got these fingers to get ready for the next shape. So that is bar 13 and 14 done, and all in all it should sound like this. Okay, I'll play that again once. Okay, so on to bar 15 now. Okay, it is almost identical to bar number 13, but we've got a different shape. Instead of doing here, we've got okay, to begin. Everything else at the end of the bar is the same as bar 13. But I'll show you this position now. It's the second fret with the index finger on the 5th string. You've got the 4th fret on the 3rd string, the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and was that middle finger that I told you to leave there earlier on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Although that starts open and hammers on. I'll show you that in just a sec. You've got 5th string with the thumb and a thump to begin, a thump on its own straight after. And now, slap and flick down strings 3, 2 and 1. But like we did in bar number 13, we start the 1st string open and hammer onto the 2nd fret. Okay? So it's continuation of this bar is exactly the same as bar number 13, which was the first bar in this chorus. It goes like this. Okay, so I won't describe that in detail because we've already just done that. Okay, so all in all, bar 15. Okay, that completes bar 15. Bar 16 now. Okay. So you come to the 5th fret here on the 6th string with a thump and then a thump on its own straight after. Next, 3rd fret here on the 2nd string with a slap, hammer up to the 5th string, slide up to the 7th. So it's slap, hammer, slide. Okay, so it's okay, so how you get this slap and flick to just play that one note, kind of like I mentioned earlier, you're muting the other strings around it. So when you're fretting here with your left hand on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, you're muting the 1st string and you're muting the 3rd string with the fleshy part of your finger. So practice that. If you practice your thumb to come in around the 5th and 4th string, this will help you be more accurate. So even if you catch or you shouldn't catch the 4th string because your thumb's slapping it basically. Okay? You should only be catching or creating that one note. Okay? After that, you pluck the 3rd fret on the 2nd string again, hammer up, but thump with it, and slide up, and thump with it. So it's pluck, hammer, slide. But the hammer and slide come with thumps. Okay? Hope that makes sense. So all in all, that's what we've got so far. Next, that's how you finish off this bar. It's a slap into the strings with your thumb, flicking the 2nd fret on the 1st string, and then after that you hammer up to the 5 on the 1st string with your little finger, pull off to 2nd, pull off to open. So it's just one movement with the right hand, and the rest is done with the left hand. Hammer, pull off, pull off. Okay, that completes bar 16. So far we've got bar 16, sorry, recap. Back to bar 15 together, we should have this. Sorry. And all the way back to the beginning of the chorus, bar 13 through 16 should play like this. We're on to bars 17, 18, 19 and 20 now. Okay, the second 2 bars of this, like the second half of the chorus as it were, are identical, but the first half is a little bit different. So that's bar 17. So the first portion of that, the first portion with the thumping, the 2 thumps and the slap and hammer on is the same, but this time instead of doing that, we're playing. So it's just, after the hammer up, it's just 2 single plucks on the 1st string, and then 2 thumps on their own into the body of the guitar. Like that. Next. So it's slap and flick the 2nd fret on the 1st string. You pluck the 1st string again straight after. And then once more, and slide it up to the 3rd fret. Like that. So the whole of bar 17. And next, bar 18 is like that. It starts off exactly the same as the previous bar. So you start off with a pinch on open, 1 and open 5 with a thump. Thump on its own, and then that slap and strum down the bottom 3 strings. In this like A position, like before, like I told you. After which, you just play the open first string on its own. So it's okay. Next, it's this. That 2 taps again into the 2nd fret of the 3rd, 7th fret of the 4th with thumps, just on their own. Okay, so it's. And to finish off this bar 18. Okay, so it's slap and flick down the 2nd fret on the 1st. So whether you do ham up to the 3rd fret, pull off to the 2nd fret, pull off to open, or slide up to 3rd, slide down to 2nd and pull off. It's up to you. Sounds the same. Sounds the same pretty much, but it's 2, 3 hammered, 2 pulled, open pulled, and then finish on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. Okay, like that. So all in all, bar 18 plays like this. Okay, so that's how that goes. Bar 17 and 18 so far go. Okay, bar 19. It's the same as before. Exactly the same sequence as the first half. But what we're doing here, in transition between the previous bar and this bar, between 18 and 19, we've got to pull off from that 3rd fret on the 2nd string, which was the last note of bar 18. We're pulling off to open as we're hitting the 1st note on the 19th bar, which is the 5th fret. Sorry, 5th string, 2nd fret, and thump. So the sequence from the previous bar. Okay. Hope that makes sense. And then you continue. Bar 19 and 20 are exactly the same as 15 and 16. Other than that beginning bit at the very start of bar 19. And also, right at the very end of bar 20, instead of doing what you do is you play one less note at the end, so it's you hold on, sustain on that 2nd fret of the 1st string a little longer. So it plays like this. Okay, so hope that makes sense. Bar 19 and 20 together play. Actually, I'm best off playing 17 through 20 because they all kind of merge into one. Play this. Okay, on to bar 21 then. Okay, 21 and 22, 23, 24, which kind of finish off the chorus. There's no thumping in this part now, but there is still kind of moderate slapping, I'd say. They carry the kind of rhythm through. You don't have to slap if you don't want in this part, but I do. So, bar 21 sits. What you do is you play 6, And from that note that you were, where you did at the end of bar 20, you did this. Okay, so you play open 6, and then you pull off that note, which was the 2nd fret on the 1st. Okay, and then you play the 3rd fret on the 2nd, 2nd fret on the 3rd string. So that's the sequence going out from the end of bar 20 into bar 21. Okay, the 6th string open marks the beginning of bar 21. So it's followed by a slap, slap, and then okay, so it's slap, 6th string open, and then it's actually that. Which is 4, 3, 4. So it's slap, 6, and then 4, 3, 4. Okay. To end bar 21 now, slap into the strings, flick the 1st string on the 2nd fret, hammered up to the 3rd. 1st string, 2nd fret, hammered to the 3rd, and then pluck then the 2nd fret on the 1st string straight after, like that. And all in all, bar 21 plays. Okay. That's bar 22 now. So it's back to this A shape kind of thing. You finished off on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. So if you're using your middle finger, it makes it easier. You play 5, which is open. You play 4 on the 2nd fret, because that's barred. Slap into the string straight after. So after which, you play the open 5, open 1. And then next in bar 22, you play 4, 3, 4 again. This time you're barred on the 2nd fret with the left hand. Okay? And then after that, slap and flick down the 2nd fret of the 1st, slide up to 3rd, and then play it on the 2nd after. So all in all, bar 22, not bar 5 at all. So if we can back up now, bar 21 and 22 together should play like this. Okay, bar 23 and 24. Okay, 23 then, to the ship again, which was index finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th, little finger here, actually do we need that yet? Little finger 4th fret of the 3rd, ring finger 3rd fret of the 2nd, 2nd fret of the 1st, or open with this middle finger, okay? So we finished off bar 22. We then play 5th fret, 5th string, 3rd string, and then slap. And then open 1st string with the 5th string. Followed by 3, 2, 3, this time rather than 4, 3, 4, that's what we've been doing in the previous two. It's 3, 2, 3. Okay, so all in all, and to finish off this bar, the next section that I need to address is verse number 2. Same as verse number 1, half as long. The only difference is in this verse, other than it being half as long, or basically the second half of what was the first verse, the timing of the last 4 notes in bar 28 is different. So when I play, sorry. That's the only difference. That is the only difference there. So if you like listen to the rhythm, as opposed to the first time we played that, that's the only difference. It's not a big deal. If you play the same both times, it's no big deal. After that, bar 29 through 36 is a replica of the chorus without the endy bit, which was the last of the end of the previous lesson. So we're playing. Instead of going into that bit, what we do here is I'm playing a little bit fast now because that preview before was fast. But we are looking at bars number 37 through 40. We play this sequence. Okay, and into another chorus. So bar 37 to begin with. Slap or tap into the 9th fret on the 6th and 5th string. Here, so bar it. And at the same time, the 2nd fret of the 2nd and 3rd string. Okay. Straight after, you hammer up to the 3rd fret on the 2nd, 4th fret on the 3rd. Okay. Like that. Okay, so you do that once, and then you repeat with the left hand, but keep the right hand where it is. Okay. So you do that once. Down to the 7th fret with the right hand here on the 5th and 6th string. Same again with the left hand. Okay. And then to finish off the bar, you play double tap on 3 and 2 strings 2 and 3. And then down to the 2nd fret on there. So it's so that's the end of bar 37. All in all, okay, moving on. Down to the 5th fret on the 5th and 6th string. You continue again the same with the left hand. You don't move position again here halfway through with the right hand. You just stay in this position until the very last note. So it's you do 3 of them with the left hand. 1, 2, 3, and then you do da, da, da again to finish off. But da, da, da. On that very last one, da, 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 you move up to the 7th fret with the right hand. So it's all in all bar 38. Okay, that's how it goes. So all in all, bar 37 and 38 play like this. On to bar 39 now, slightly harder. We play to begin. So same positioning, 9 on the 5th and 6th string, and 2 on the 3rd and 2nd string. We've got a sequence of hammers on and pulls off from this position. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 hammers and 4 pull-offs. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually 1, 2, 3 pull-offs and 4 hammers. So it's hammer, 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 hammer. So you can't count 4 on the hammers. That makes sense. 2, 3, 4. And then you go down to here. You play that. So you do the hammer on, pull off, hammer on again. And you're at the 7th fret, obviously with the right hand. Just twice like that. And then that sequence again with 2 taps and then down. Okay, so all in all, bar number 39 plays. Bar 40 next. That's the first half of it, which is a replica of what we did to begin in bar 39, but obviously we're down to the 5th fret with the right hand now. Then 4 hammer ups. 1, 2, 3, 4. And to finish off, what we do here, from this position here, we bring our little finger up to the 6th string on the 5th fret, lift the ring finger, so we're left with 6th string on the 5th fret, open 4, 2nd fret on the 3rd, 3rd fret on the 2nd, 2nd fret on the 1st. So it's like a D shape here, but with that root note here on the 5th fret of the 6th. And what we do from where we are here, we just strum down. Okay, so it's after that, you slap, and then 5th fret on the 1st, 7th fret on the 1st, and then from that 7 you slide down and start chorus. So it's strum, slap, 5, 7, slide down. Okay, so all in all, this bar plays. So, bar 39 and 40 together play. And I hold the bridge if your hand isn't aching as much as mine. Bar 37 through 40 plays like this. Okay, chorus again, which is chorus 3. At the end of this chorus, you do like a full chorus this time and do. You do that part after it. And then that leads us to this bit. The outro, which continues. So we're looking at bars 53 through to the end of the song now. So, because everything previous was just another chorus, and that's a repeat. So we start off here. So 7th fret on the 3rd string, you play a finger roll 6, 5, 4, 3. Slide it down to the 2nd and then play it on the 3rd string. Followed by a slap and a pluck on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string and open 6. Okay? And then slap and then thumb again to finish. Like that. So it's that's bar 53. Bar 54 plays like that. So it's this position here. You bar your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th and 3rd string. 5th string is open by the way. And then the 5th fret on the 2nd string to begin. You play a finger roll 5, 4, 3, 2. Followed by down to the 3rd fret on the 2nd. Slap. And then open 5th, 2nd fret on the 2nd. And then 3rd string, which should be fretted on the 2nd fret. And then slap again. I like to flick that 4th string with it, slap and flick. It's no big deal if you can't do that. After the slap either way, you've got an open 5th again. Bar 53 through 54 plays like this. 55 and 56 play this. Okay, so 55 to begin with. Okay, so we've got a bar across the first 5 strings, 1 to 5, on the 2nd fret. It's like a B minor shape basically. 3rd fret on the 2nd string, 4th fret on the 3rd and 4th. Okay. And from here, what we do, we play an arpeggio 5, 4, 3, 2. First off, we pull off from 3 to 2 on the 2nd string. Followed by 3rd string and then 2nd string. Next, you slap and flick the 3rd string and pull off to the 2nd fret, which should be the bar, obviously, within its finger. Right there. If you can't be as accurate as just playing, slapping and flicking the 3rd string, slap and flicking the 4th string as well, no big deal. Okay, so if you hit the 4th string with the flick, no big deal. Next, pluck on 5 and 4 together, followed by 3 and then 4. Like that. So it's a very quick sequence of like this. Okay? And then slap after it in time. Okay, practice it like that. To end this bar, after the slap, play the 2nd fret on the 1st string, pull off to open, and then the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. It's important that you land on your index finger for that 2nd string because we've got a bit of a stretch next, okay? So all together. Okay, that's bar 55. Like I said, bar 56 now. Landing on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string with the index finger. Bar 56 begins 5th fret on the 6th string here, with that 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Play them both together and hammer up to the 5th fret position. You could do this, use your ring finger for the 5th fret on the 6th string if you want, or the middle finger, which I like to use because it seems more comfortable for me. But for you guys, you might not have as big fingers as me, so you might need to use your ring finger for that. So it's a pinch, hammer up to the 5th fret on the 2nd, back down to the 3rd fret on the 2nd, followed by slap, and then pluck on 6, 4, 3, and 2. Okay. Followed by open 3rd and then slap and flip the 3rd. I don't know whether that's exactly what I do every time, but you could just slap on its own. Or not play the 3rd at all there. And just play the slap on its own. Either way, I don't think that's particularly too important, that very last part of that bar. Either way, 55, 56 together, play like this. Okay, so all in all, 53 through 56, which is this kind of like end chorusy bit. And now the outro, bars 57 through 60, pretty easy. That's bar 57. So it's the D position, 2nd fret on the 3rd fret on the 2nd. Open 1st string to begin. We strum down all the strings, and then hammer onto the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Then you do another pull off, hammer on, pull off, hammer on without plucking it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then we play it twice on the 2nd fret, and then pull off to open. Like that. So it's. That's the whole of bar 57. Next. Sorry. That's bar 58. So open 1st and 5th together. Hammered onto the 2nd fret of the 1st. Open 1st, 2nd fret on the 2nd, and again, and then slid up to 3rd. So all in all. Okay, so 57, 58 together play. Next, it's basically a replica of bar 57, but instead of a strum at the very start, you've got a pinch on the 2nd fret of the 5th and open 1st. Then 3 hammers onto the 2nd fret on the 1st, followed by 2 plucks and a hammer and a pull off. Okay, and lastly bar 60. It's 5th 5th fret on the 6th string, open first, 3 hammers on and pull offs, the 2nd fret on the 1st. If you can get it. Okay, and to finish bar 60, you play 3rd fret on the 2nd string twice, slid up to 5th, and then the very last bar 61, you play back to the D shape which we started off at in bar 57. You play 6, 4, 3 and 2 as a finger roll to finish off, and just that's how it leaves it. So bar 60 then plays, and that's 61. So all in all, bar 57 through to 61, the very outro plays like this. Completes the lesson for Flashlight by Jessie J. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Hope you appreciate the effort that I went to with this lesson. Over an hour long, probably 6 parts, I think, 5 parts. We do this all for free as usual. If you do fancy making a contribution, there's always a donate button on my website. A couple of bucks, anything helps at all. Helps me to pay the bills for this place, pay Jamie to edit the videos and all that sort of stuff. Believe it or not, making money on YouTube isn't easy. So I really do appreciate every little bit of help that you guys can give me. Either way, if you can't afford it, that's fine too. Enjoy the lesson and all the best. So that's it. Until next time, I will see you again in the next video. Bye for now.